Hola clase! This is lesson 19 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. And the story today is The Mystery of the Green Folder. It's about a girl named Carol who keeps seeing this weird green folder in Spanish class and tries to figure out whose it is. El lunes, Carol va a la clase de español y se sienta en su pupitre. Carol ve una carpeta verde en el piso. Carol agarra la carpeta y camina hacia la profesora. Carol le dice, Señora Waltman, ¿de quién es esta carpeta? La señora Waltman le dice, no sé. Agarro la carpeta y tiro la carpeta en la basura. El martes, Carol va a la clase de español y se sienta en su pupitre. De repente, ve la misma carpeta verde en el techo. Carol agarra la carpeta y le pregunta a la clase, clase, ¿de quién es esta carpeta? Los estudiantes no saben. La profesora no sabe. Carol tiene una idea. Carol toma la carpeta a la clase de francés y tira la carpeta verde en la basura en la clase de francés y cierra la puerta. El miércoles, Carol va a la clase de español y se sienta en su pupitre. No ve la carpeta verde. Carol está contenta. De repente, Carol ve la carpeta verde en la puerta. Carol grita, ah! At the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to understand everything I just said. Plus, read it, write it, and say it. Let's look at the objectives. First, I'm going to teach you a new set of vocab. We're going to use the vocab to learn the story about Carol. Then we're going to have preguntas, a question and answer practice in Spanish. You're going to lee y traduce, read and translate, and then check your translation with me to see how well you understood it. And then la gramática de hoy is on the two Spanish verbs saber y conocer. Both verbs can be translated as to know in English, so we need to learn those and what the difference is. And then el quiz on the vocab and grammar to see how well you understood it. So, grab your workbook and let's get started. We are in Jalen Waltman's Complete Spanish Course 1A, First Semester Beginning Spanish Workbook. New vocab list. La basura. La basura means the trash. Basura, maybe you can remember because it's base. Base is another way of saying something is dirty or low. La pared. La pared, the wall. You can remember pared because you paint the wall red. Pared. El techo. El techo means the ceiling. And it can also mean roof. But since we're talking about things in a classroom right now, let's think of ceiling when we say it. Techo. And you can remember ceiling because you're tall and you can touch the techo. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. Carol doesn't know whose folder it is. Okay, no sabe, she doesn't know, of who or of whom is the folder. Carpeta, folder. It's a carpet for your papers. That was a vocab word last lesson. ¿De quién es esta carpeta? Whose folder is this? Literally, de quién, of whom is this folder? La profesora le dice, the teacher, we know this is a female teacher, but in English the word doesn't specify that, so it's fine, says, I don't know. The teacher says to her, no sé. Sé is I know. So no sé, I don't know. There is an understood yo here. You could say yo sé or yo no sé, but you don't need to because sé can only be yo. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. The students don't know either. Now, let's talk about this word tampoco. Tampoco is what I would call negative also. So, to or also is también. Tampoco, they also don't know. In Spanish, instead of no saben también, you need to say no saben tampoco. It's the negative also. But how I think we would translate this best would be just to say either. They don't know either. Also don't know. Okay, let's write and draw. La basura. I'm gonna put it right in the middle. Make a waste paper basket. And here's paper in it. So that's la basura, the trash. La pared. Let's put the wall here. Okay, so it's a room. La pared, it's a wall. El techo, the ceiling, I'm going to put that here. It's basically going to draw the same picture. Just a square inside of my box here, and then connect the corners to make it look 3D. And then there's the window, and then we're talking about the techo, the ceiling. Okay, so la pared, you paint the wall red. El techo, you touch the ceiling. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. Here's Carol. Here's the folder. With some people. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. She doesn't know whose folder this is. ¿De quién es la carpeta? Whose folder is this? So here's this girl again, asking, showing the folder, and then draw some students. Okay, so this is going to be ¿de quién es esta carpeta? No sabe de quién es la carpeta. She doesn't know, no sabe. And ¿de quién es esta carpeta? La profesora le dice, no sé. So here she is asking the teacher, and the teacher is saying, no sé. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. I'm trying to draw shruggy shoulders here. So this is Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. La basura, el techo, ¿de quién es esta carpeta? La pared. Carol no sabe de quién es esta carpeta. La profesora le dice, no sé. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. Okay, we're covering up the English so we can learn the Spanish words with the pictures. Point to the picture you think I'm saying in Spanish. La basura. La basura. La basura is this one. La pared. La pared. Here's la pared. El techo. El techo. Here's el techo. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. That's this one. ¿De quién es esta carpeta? ¿De quién es esta carpeta? That's here. Whose folder is it? La profesora le dice, no sé. La profesora le dice, no sé. That's here. Teacher says, I don't know. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. That's here. The students also don't know. They don't know either. Okay, try to stay ahead of the blue arrow. El techo. La basura. La pared. La profesora le dice, no sé. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. ¿De quién es esta carpeta? ¿De quién es esta carpeta? Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. La profesora le dice, no sé. La basura. La pared. El techo. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. La profesora le dice, no sé. ¿De quién es esta carpeta? El techo. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. La pared. ¿De quién es esta carpeta? La basura. La profesora le dice, no sé. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. Okay, muy bien. Let's write the words under the pictures. This one is la pared. Whose folder is it? de quien. Quien has an accent mark on this E. Es esta carpeta. Carol doesn't know whose folder it is. Carol no sabe de quién, of whom, es la carpeta. This is the trash, la basura. This is the ceiling, el techo. The students also don't know. Los estudiantes no saben tampoco. They don't know either. The teacher says, I don't know. No sé, it has an accent mark on this E. Hay una chica. La chica se llama Carol. El lunes, Carol va a la clase de español y se sienta en su pupitre. Carol ve una carpeta verde en el piso. Carol no sabe de quién es la carpeta. Carol agarra la carpeta y camina hacia la profesora de español. Carol le dice, Señora Waltman, ¿de quién es esta carpeta? Carol le da la carpeta. La señora Waltman le dice, no sé, y tira la carpeta en la basura. El martes, Carol va a la clase de español y se sienta en su pupitre. Carol ve la misma carpeta verde en la pared. Carol no está contenta. Carol agarra la carpeta y le pregunta a la clase, ¿de quién es esta carpeta? Todos los estudiantes no saben. Carol tiene una idea. Carol toma la carpeta y va a la clase de francés. Carol tira la carpeta en la basura en la clase de francés. El miércoles, Carol va a la clase de español y se sienta en su pupitre. Carol no ve la carpeta verde y está contenta. Después de la clase, Carol se levanta y camina hacia la puerta. La carpeta verde está en la puerta. Carol grita, ¡ah! La carpeta verde se ríe. Carol abre la carpeta. La carpeta dice, hola. Carol le pregunta a la carpeta, ¿qué quieres? La carpeta le dice, quiero amigos. Carol se siente con pasión. Carol le dice, yo soy tu amiga. La carpeta le dice, sí, sí. Carol pone la carpeta en su mochila y se va. Fin. Let's write the story about the mysterious folder. El cuento de la carpeta verde. The green folder. On Monday, Carol goes to Spanish class. How do you say Monday? Moon day. Lunar day. El lunes, Carol, how do you say goes? Va a la clase de español. Don't capitalize it. Carol sits in her desk and sees a green folder on the floor. Let's just say she. Ella. How do you say sits? You need two words for that. Se. And do you remember the sit part? Se sienta en su. Her desk as a student desk. It starts with a P. What is it? pupitre. She sees, she views it starts with the V. Ve una, how do you say folder? Carpeta. What color? Verde. N, L, and how do you say floor? Piso. Carol asks the teacher, whose folder is this? Carol le pregunta a la profesora Now, in Spanish, I need to say of whom. So how do you say of? De. Whom or who is quién, and since it's a question here, we need an accent mark on it. De quién es esta, esta means this, carpeta. On this picture, we're going to say, the teacher says, I don't know, and throws it in the trash. La profesora. Now, make sure you're spelling this with one F and one S. Le dice. Okay, do you remember how to say I don't know from the vocab list? No, and then just one little word with an accent mark on it. What is it? No sé. La profesora le dice, no sé. I'm going to say, she throws the folder in the trash. Ella tira la carpeta en la basura. On Tuesday, Carol goes to Spanish class and sees the same folder on the wall. You go to the market on Tuesday. El martes. Carol ve la green folder, but in Spanish I need to say folder green. La carpeta verde en la pared. Carol has an idea. She takes the folder to French class and puts it in their trash. Carol, let's say she grabs it. How do you say grabs? Agarra la carpeta y goes, what is it? Va a la clase de francés y la tira en la basura. Now, she grabs the folder and goes to French class of French, and la tira en la basura. What is la referring to? Throws la in the trash. What is la? La is referring to this carpeta. La because it's a feminine noun, so la is the direct object pronoun that goes with carpeta. La. La tira en la basura. Throws it in the trash. Wednesday, when she goes to class, she sees the folder on the door. So she decides to open it up and talk to it. All right, so Wednesday is when miracles happen. It's a long word. What is it? Miércoles has an accent mark on the E. Carol, she sees la carpeta verde en la. Door is like portal. What is it? En la puerta. That's supposed to be an R. Okay. El miércoles, Carol ve la carpeta verde en la puerta. Carol opens the folder. Open is abre la carpeta. The folder says, "Hi, I want friends." Carol says, "I'll be your friend," and she puts it in her backpack. La carpeta le dice, "Hola, quiero amigos." I want friends. Carol says, le dice, "Yo soy tu amiga." I am your friend. Pone, she puts la carpeta en su mochila y se va. Preguntas. ¿Cómo se llama la chica? ¿Cómo se llama, clase? Se llama Carol. Número 2. ¿Qué encuentra la chica? ¿Qué encuentra en la clase? Encuentra una carpeta verde. Do you remember encuentra? Encounter, she finds. Número 3. ¿Qué le pregunta la chica a la profesora? She asks the teacher, whose folder is it? De quién, accent mark on the E, es. De quién es, whose is something. Esta carpeta. Número 4. ¿Sabe la profesora de quién es la carpeta? Sabe, it means knows, he or she knows. No. Ella no sabe. She does not know. Now, what she said was, I don't know. No sé. No sé means I don't know. But if I'm talking about her in third person, I need to say she doesn't know. Ella no sabe. Número 5. ¿Dónde está la carpeta el martes? Where is it on Tuesday? Tuesday, it's on the wall. Está en la... How do you say wall? You paint it red. Pared. Número 6. ¿Saben los estudiantes de quién es la carpeta? ¿Saben? Do they know? Do the students know whose folder it is? No. Ellos, they, no saben. Tampoco. They also don't know. They don't know either. Tampoco, negative also. Número 7. ¿Qué hace la chica con la carpeta? What does the girl do with the folder? Let's say Tuesday she throws it away again. Tira la carpeta en la, how do you say trash? Basura. Número 8. ¿Dónde está la carpeta el miércoles? Wednesday. Está, she doesn't notice it till she leaves. En la puerta. Número 9. ¿Qué hace Carol con la carpeta? What does Carol do with the folder? When she finds it on the door and it says it wants friends, what does she do with it? She puts it, la means it, and it's referring to the folder, pone en su, where does she put it? En su mochila. So, número 10, ¿dónde está la carpeta el jueves? El jueves está en la mochila, because that's Thursday, de Carol. Número 11, ¿qué quiere la carpeta? What does the folder want? Quiere, it wants. What does it want? How do you say it in Spanish? Amigos. Número 12. ¿Quién es tu personaje favorito en el cuento? Who is your favorite person, your favorite character in this story? Mi personaje favorito es Carol. She cares about the cleanliness of the room, and she has compassion for this little folder. Lee y traduce. Read this story and write the English translation under the Spanish line by line. El misterio de la carpeta verde, the mystery of the green folder. There's a girl named Carol. On Monday, so-and-so happens. Wednesday, so-and-so happens. You can abbreviate Carol with a C, and that's really the only name in the story. So go ahead and pause the video and translate the story by yourself, and then we will check it. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. On Monday, Carol goes to Spanish class and sits in her desk. She sees a green folder on the ceiling. In this version, she sees it on the ceiling on Monday. Ella no sabe de quién es la carpeta. She doesn't know whose folder it is. She grabs the folder and asks the class, whose folder is this, or of whom is this folder? The teacher doesn't know. The students don't know either, or you could say also don't know. Everyone says, I don't know. Carol throws the folder in the trash. On Wednesday, we're skipping Tuesday in this version, Carol goes to Spanish class and sits in her desk. She sees the same folder, green folder, on the wall. Carol isn't happy. She grabs the folder and asks the class, whose folder is this? The teacher doesn't know. The students don't know either. Everyone says, I don't know. Carol opens the folder. The folder laughs, ha ha ha. Carol asks it, what do you want? The folder says, I want friends. Carol feels compassion. Carol says, I know that looks like sits, but it's feels. And how I know is it's an E instead of an A. Se sienta is sits and se siente. Y is sentir. It's a different verb and it means feels. Carol says, I'm your friend, or you could say, I'll be your friend, because yo soy tu amiga can mean that in Spanish. La carpeta says, yes, yes. Carol puts the folder in her backpack and goes. The end. La gramática. The verbs saber and conocer. In Spanish, there are two ways to say know. Blank means to know a fact or how to do something. That's saber. So knowing where that folder is, that's a fact. The other one, conocer, means to know or meet a person, or know or be familiar with a place. I believe it's related to the word recognize, and so you can recognize a person and recognize a place. Both of these verbs are super common, so you need to know them, and both of them are irregular yo verbs. The yo form is irregular, so let's conjugate them here. Saber is to know facts and how to do something. Yo, we just learned it in that story. Yo sé. That's irregular because if it were regular, it would be sabo. But it's not sabo, it's sé with an accent mark on the E. Yo sé, I know. No sé, I don't know. Or yo no sé. Tú. Okay, I've got my basic sabe. That's my basic because it's saber. It's an ER verb. And so if you just put your E back on, you've got your basic one. Tú sabe. But tú always ends in what letter? S. So tú sabes. This S here lets you know I'm talking to a two-person or I'm talking about a two-person. Usted, él, and ella. These are the same verb, and it's the basic. So it is sabe and sabe. Nosotros and nosotras. Here's my basic. Nosotros always ends in what three letters? Most. Vosotros and vosotras. Sabéis. Sabéis, and it has an accent mark on the E. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas. Okay, these three are the same. They always end in what letter because it's plural. Ustedes are all doing it, or they are all doing it. Saben. And ellos and ellas, saben. Always ends in an N. Conocer is to know people or places. And it can also mean meet. All right, the yo is irregular. Here's what it is. Yo conozco. Why? Because if I don't have the Z in there, then this verb sounds like conozco, which completely loses the S sound in conocer because C before E sounds like an S, just like it does in English. So in order to preserve an S sound, when the language was developing on its own, no one, made this choice or anything, but it just developed as conozco instead of conozco. Two, now we're going to not have the Z because everything else is regular. Okay, so this is actually the stem. I know there's going to be an E because it's an ER verb, and then tú always ends in S. So tú conoces. These are all the same. These two lines, these three people are all the same. And it's the basic. There's the stem. Put your E on. Conoce. Usted conoce, él or ella conoce. Nosotros. Here's your stem. I know it's going to have an E because it's an ER verb, and nosotros verbs always end in mos in every tense. Vosotros, vosotras. Conocéis. Accent mark on the E. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas. Okay, these ones always have to end in N because plural people, they do it or you all do it. These always end in N. Every tense, actually. Práctica. First, we're going to practice with saber. Número uno. You know the secret. This is a fact, not a person or a place, so we know it's saber. Okay. There's the stem. If you want to conjugate in the classical way, you start with the stem and then you add on two letters. What are the two letters? I know it's E, but two always ends in S. Tú sabes el secreto. Número dos. I know nadar bien. I know how to swim well. Yo. Okay, do you remember that one? It's irregular. It's not sabo. What is it? Yo sé, and it needs something. Accent mark on the E. Número tres. You all know of whom is the cat. In other words, you all know whose cat it is. Ustedes, plural people. Okay, here's my basic if you want to conjugate that way, and you always start with the basic, except for yo is irregular. Ustedes sabe, but I need a letter. What is it? Saben. Ustedes saben. Número cuatro. We, nosotras, and the way it's written there, I know that we are all female. We know how to play golf. Okay, it's going to be long because you've got your sabe, but what 3 letters? Sabemos. Nosotras sabemos jugar al golf. And notice how in Spanish you don't have to have the word how in there. Just we know to play golf. It means we know how to play golf. Número 5. He knows who it is. This is the basic. What would it be? Sabe with an E. I know that because it's an ER verb. Oh, this is weird. I started my numbers over. Okay. Número 1. Ustedes. You all know how to speak Spanish. Okay, what's the letter? N. Ustedes, gonna end in an N every time. Número 2. Okay, I've got another 2. You know how to dance well? 2. What 2 letters? 2 sabes, always ends in S. 2 always ends in S. Número 3. I know whose folder it is. How do you say I know? Yo sé de quién es la carpeta. Número 4. Roger knows how to impress the girls. Roger is like an L. He's a he. We just want what letter? Sabe. Número 5. Nosotros. We know who's calling. It's going to be long. What's my 3 letters? Sabemos. Nosotros sabemos. I will fix these numbers in my workbook. So your version of the workbook will probably have this fixed by the time you buy one. Conocer. To know people or places. Número 6. You know the dad of Ray. Okay. You formal. Here's the stem. Usted, él, and ella are always the most basic form of the verb, so I'm just going to get my E back on there. Usted conoce. The dad of Ray, or Ray's dad. Número 7. You know Shane. All right, here's my basic, but I need a letter for 2 to differentiate it from usted. What's the letter? Conoces. Número 8. They know, they're familiar with Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas. Here's my basic. I need a letter for ellos. Ellos always ends in N. Número 9. I know them. I know them with conocer. It's irregular. I need a letter before the rest of it. Z. Yo conozco a ellos. So that way you're not saying yo conozco. Número 10. Tú y tu amigo. You and your friend know the teacher. You and your friend. If I'm talking to you and your friend this way, I'm talking to an ustedes, you all, you guys. So, conoce, and then I need a letter because plural ustedes. Conocen. Número 11. I know the director or the principal. Yo, and there's a Z. Yo conozco. But yo still always ends in O. Notice that. That's the pattern you can just expect in present tense every time. Número 12. Usted, you formal, know Jill's mom. Okay. Here's my stem. I just need one letter. What is it? E. Usted conoce. Número 13. You know or are familiar with Boulder. Boulder is a city in Colorado. Okay. Here's my stem. I need 2 letters. E and S. Número 14. Tú y Jim. You and Jim. That's another ustedes because I'm talking to you guys. You both. You guys. You know her. Here's the stem. I need 2 letters. Conocen. Ustedes always end in N. Número 15. They know my friend. Okay, here's the stem, and I need 2 letters. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas are always the same, and they always end in what letter? Conocen. El quiz. ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es viernes. ¿Qué fecha es hoy? Es el 10 de abril. All right, you have 7 items to match up. Pause the video and take the quiz. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's grade it. Número 1, la basura. Letra B. Número 2, la pared. Letra E. Número 3, el techo. Letra G. Número 4, no sabe de quién es la carpeta. Letra F. Número 5, ¿de quién es esta carpeta? Letra A. Número 6, la profesora le dice, no sé. Letra C. Número 7, los estudiantes no saben tampoco. Letra D. ¿Todo correcto, clase? ¿Todo correcto? Si tienes todo correcto, escribe un 100%. Muy bien. Lesson 19 Grammar Quiz. First, we're going to start with the verb saber. Conjugate the verb saber correctly in the sentences below. I want you to do this off the top of your head to see how many you can get by yourself. Pause the video, go. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did with saber. Número 1. She knows how to speak Spanish. Ella sabe. Número 2. I know whose folder it is. Yo sé. Give yourself extra credit if you got the accent mark on the sé. Número 3. We know a lot of information. I hope you got sabemos. Muy bien. Número 4. You know the secret to sabes. Número 5. Tú y Ana know, you and Anna know how to play Call of Duty. Saben with an N. Todo correcto, clase? If you got every single one of those correct without looking back at notes, amazing. If you got at least 3 of them, that's still really good. So whatever you did, let's give ourselves just a big smiley face. This is grammar, it's hard. We're going to celebrate whatever you got right. Okay, conocer. Conocer. Conjugate the verb conocer correctly in the sentences below. Conocer means to know people or places. Pause the video, don't look back at notes, and go. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. Número 1. They know Haley. Ellas conocen a Haley. Número 2. I know my science teacher. Yo conozco. Did you get the Z in conozco? If you did, wow, very good. Número 3. You all, more than one you, know Matt. Conocen. Número 4. You know him. Conoces with an S. Conoces. Número 5. You know Denver. You're familiar with Denver. Usted conoce. Conoce, just the basic that goes with usted. Okay, todo correcto on conocer, clase? Si tienes todo correcto, tú eres muy inteligente. But if you have at least 3 of them, that's still really good if you did that without looking at notes. So, another smiley face with sunlight. Bonus material that's optional. Tell the story of The Mystery of the Green Folder and or write it. I recommend doing both It doesn't have to be exact or perfectly correct. Just focus on communicating the message because it's the practice that counts. And I will see you in the next lesson. Muy bien, clase! You finished lesson 19 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. The link to get the workbook is in the description box below, and you can also support my channel without buying the workbook if you like. That link is also in the description box below. And until next time, adios, clase!